Okay, so my brother left this morning. My brother and his fiance left this morning. We had a nice time. They came on Friday, kind of early evening, late afternoon, right around dinner time. I made a nice dinner um, that I didn't end up eating because of my medication, also because of anxiety. But they really enjoyed it, and we did a lot of talking, and it was just really nice. We we dealt with kind of my mom's ashes by dispersing them into these little keepsake urns that I bought. Bought four of them. Initially, one was supposed to be for my grandmother, one for my aunt, one for me, and one for my brother. Um, oh, my grandma is passed away, and I don't have a relationship with my aunt right now. Like, I'm not talking to her. I haven't for almost a year, I guess. And so I gave the other one for my brother to maybe give to her if he'll see her before I do. So that was nice. And then but I'm tired. I had a migraine the whole time they were here. And I did ramble a bit, and I knew that was going to happen. And so I feel kind of, gross about that, but it is what it is. I can't, whatever. But it was good bonding time. And anyway, so, but the thing is that, and so now kind of like the next family thing would be that farewell for my uncle in Nelson. So that's, I think it's a 6-hour drive that I've been, myself and like my little family and my brother was invited to. And, I told my aunt that we'll be going, be honored to go, and grateful for the invite. And but what I'm nervous about the other stuff. Like, I'm nervous about the relationship that I have with my aunt, and how, to me, it seems like I can't have relationships with any other parts of my family without there being this fear of, other things being connected or attached to it, and the shame that I automatically feel once things are kind of brought up. And so, of course, like my brother left this morning, and I blocked my aunt on, like, I don't have her on Facebook. I blocked her number for my own kind of, like, just so I don't get affected by anything that's said or not said or whatever. And so my brother that I'm trying to bond with leaves this morning, and I'm kind of trying to recover and trying to, like, not beat myself up for things I said or didn't say, and trying to just carry on and be good. Get a couple emails from my aunt, and they have to do with my mother's interment, and how, considering that we're not talking and considering that basically I'm not doing anything, she'll just have to close my mom's account and give me the bit of money that's in there for me and my brother to decide what's going to happen, and when we will eventually bury her next to her father. So there's that. And then there was also an email about that it looks like she'll be doing a ceremony for my grandma, her mom, on the Sunday after the uncle's celebration of life, like the following day. And that she hopes that, you know, she's glad that I am going to that, and that she hopes that I stick around for that other one. So my initial reaction is that this is all like a it's not, it doesn't feel genuine. It never does with her. My initial reaction is to recoil and like, okay, well, like, I'm not gonna go to even my uncle's one now, because the emotional, like, it feels like, and so when I say that now, it probably doesn't sound like anything bad. It probably doesn't sound like anything, but because of my history and because of my relationship with that aunt, and because of just how I feel about myself and how I have been raised and not raised, and just kind of like my own story being used against me all the time, and the shame, it feels manipulative. It feels like I can't have a relationship with one person without it being connected and have to mean all this other stuff about other people in my family. It you know, I can't have a good time at, like, you know, around Easter time. My brother stops in to, like, you know, connect and bond, and it has to be about everything else. My mom's death, my grandma's death, the internments, how I fucking suck at life, and all this stuff about, like, you know, how everything's not happening, and that's how I take it. And it just doesn't feel fair. Like, it feels like I want to be able to, like, be a bit more free and be able to have relationships with people without being sucker punched, without being held hostage, like it feels, without being emotionally, like, manipulated and shamed. And so I'm really nervous about what everything means, and how I can't, you know, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing when I'm in Nelson with my family, like, you know, trying to just, like, you know, get to know them and stuff about, like, because it's been, like, my whole adult life, I've never really, like, we don't know each other. And it would be nice to, like, just kind of go there for that one purpose of celebrating and saying goodbye to my uncles, you know, just kind of meeting some of the people that were in my uncle's life, and seeing, like, it just be about that, and not everything else that's connected when my aunt is there, and what that means and what that doesn't mean, and how, like, you know, like, it just seems unfair that, like, you know, my dad died, I had no relationship with him, and he, you know, I've learned things later on in life about, you know, what that man was like, and how that, and then, like, you know, he dies and I get the phone call, because, like, that's it. And now, you know, I'm responsible for my mom just because, like, I came out of her vagina, I guess. Like, I just don't understand, like, I just don't understand how that is automatically my responsibility. I do have her ashes in a box, and but I don't necessarily, like, don't need to hold on to them. And the only reason why I really got the keepsake things is because I thought that that's what other people wanted. And it felt like I did a little something to, you know, be like a little bit of a meaningful thing that meant something to me kind of at the moment. But the rest of it, I don't know. I know the expectation, according to my aunt, is to bury her with next to her dad, which is a great idea, fine. But if you know how to do that, if that's something that, like, I don't know where your dad is buried. I have an idea, like she told me once, but like I don't remember shit like that because it doesn't mean anything to me. It does not mean anything to me. And I'm not fucking an evil, fucking lazy, ugly piece of shit for not caring about that shit. But it's put on me, and so then I have to walk into a room, a brand new room of trying to see my aunt and like my fucking second cousin and like all these people that I'm like trying to like help them celebrate their dad's life. And I have to walk in defensively because somebody else is in their ear saying what I'm a shitty person. Because I don't fucking care about this and that and my mom, but I'll go to my uncle's thing. Like, I can't, I'm not strong, like, I can kind of be strong enough to see it a little bit here, but, like, when I have to be in the present of like, these people, and especially my aunt, and how, like, controlling and, like, smart, kind of, superficially she is, I can't, like, I just don't have any fucking, like, I have no way of, like, defending myself. So I gotta decide if I'm gonna be strong enough and just like fucking try and wing it and try and lead with my heart and lead with like that I'm going there for that purpose. If there is something that actually is happening on Sunday for my grandma and it's, you know, being held and it's actually happening, yeah, I will most likely stay, right? I will leave in a second if there's any fucking where that, because it's like that's not the trip. The point is that's not the trip. But if there's actually something fucking happening and there is like something organized, of course I won't, you know, I won't not go because like that would be like, okay, fine. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it seems like I'm a bad person or if I'm really fucking too sensitive. I know I'm very sensitive. There's a reason for that. There's a very fucking good reason for that. So I don't need to feel shame for that because that was gifted to me. And I have, like, there's no way of me being able to like not talk about the things that I talk about like in these videos because it's all I fucking think about. It's all because I'm trapped. And like I would like to, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here anymore. But I signed up. I signed up long term when I had my son and I got married to my husband. I don't know the line of where it's like you're going now. Like, to me, it's kind of like, you know, when people say they stay in a marriage because of the kids, right? How far is too far? Like, how far is too far where it's like now you're doing damage by staying? You know, it kind of feels like that for me. It's like where's the line of like, what good am I fucking doing staying around kind of thing? Like, I understand it'll hurt and it's very selfish to leave. But like, at the same time, isn't it kind of selfish to stay and be a martyr and fucking be like a victim and not be useful or any kind of good to anybody? Like so really, you know, I don't know. This is a pretty dark fucking video because that's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to respond to the emails because I, over the years, have realized that like there's nothing I could say or do that would help in any way if I responded to those emails. Help myself or that other person. So I don't know. I'm not sure. But I did want to just say that, I guess. I pick up my son tomorrow after being with his grandparents over a long weekend. His grandparents on his dad's side. So hopefully that was a nice time. Very grateful that he has that part of the family to be a part of, because this my part, what I have, I keep him away on purpose. Anyway, and then the husband is home tomorrow night as well. So at least, you know, not all of Sunday, Easter Sunday, will be by myself. And then a good friend of mine is coming over on Monday. I really don't want that to happen, only because of how I feel right now. But it's almost like I always feel like that when it comes to that friend, you know, like I just always don't want to. And I do feel like I try and be more of a friend because I know that like that's what you're supposed to do as a friend, but like at the same time it's not enough. And it probably is good for me as well as them, but like I just, it's just everything is jobs, as we all know. So it's not like I just don't know how anybody could want to be around me. Like I don't want to be around myself. I don't want to be around other people. Like, how the fuck can you want to be around me? Oh, I know. Because I fucking produce. And I'm polite. And I'm friendly. And I'm humorous. And I put on an okay show. I can fake it for a certain amount of time. And then I crash. So I rip myself off. But I don't know how to be any other way. And when I am trying to be authentic, I just ramble on about my fucking mental illness and my trauma and fucking that I'm going through this and that and I'm trying to figure it out and all this stuff. And it's exhausting to like fucking listen to, I'm sure. And like repetitive. Very, very repetitive. That's the trap. You're welcome for a year of these fucking videos that are all the goddamn fucking same, and I'm not getting anywhere. Cool. Glad to help. Okay, bye.